I'm going to start out. I'm going to check my seatbelt is properly mounted and secured top and bottom. It has no rips, tears, or frays. It latches and it unlatches. I'll wear my seatbelt for the rest of the pre-trip. I'll next check my safety equipment. I have a properly rated, properly filled, properly mounted fire extinguisher. I have 6 spare fuses and I have 3 red reflective triangles in the storage box. And now I'll do my safe start. I'll make sure my truck is in neutral. I'll check that both my brake valves are pulled out. I will turn the key to the on position before I start it. I'll make sure my ABS light and oil light comes on and goes off. I'll then step on the brake and or clutch and start the vehicle. If I'm in Kentucky, I'll make sure that my oil pressure begins building up. I'll now check my mirror. My mirror is properly mounted, secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. It's free of obstruction, and it's adjusted to me, the driver. I'll then go to my windshield. My windshield is properly mounted, secured. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. It's free of obstruction. It has no illegal stickers. I'll then check my windshield wipers. My windshield wipers are properly mounted, secured. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. They're not ripped or torn. And the washer fluid comes on and cleans the windshield properly. I'll then go down and check that my defroster works. I'll then check that my heater also works. Then I'll drop down and I will check all of my gauges, my water temperature, my oil pressure, my voltmeter, my primary and secondary air gauges are all working properly and are at operating levels. I will also check my DEF tank to make sure that I have no less than 1/8 of the tank. I will then check my indicator lights, my right turn indicator, my left turn indicator, my high beams and low beams, and also my 4-way flasher indicators are all working properly. I'll then drop down my air horn and my city horns both work properly. This concludes that portion of my in-cab. So I will now do my tug tests. I'll test my coupling system and my trailer spring brakes. To do this, I'll make sure my truck's in neutral. I'll release my tractor brakes. I'll step on a brake, put the truck in a low gear, and tug once. My coupling and my trailer brakes are secured. I'll place the truck back in neutral. I will make sure both my brake valves are applied. I will now check to make sure that my tractor spring brakes are working properly. To do this, I will release my tractor brakes, put my foot on the brake, place the vehicle in low gear, and I'll tug once. My trailer brakes are secure. I'll place it back in neutral. I'll pull both brakes. I'll now do my simulated service brake test. I'll say this but not perform it. I'll roll forward to 5 miles an hour. I will firmly step on the brake pedal while lightly holding the steering wheel, ensuring that the truck doesn't pull to the left or the right that could indicate damage. Okay, so whoever's in that seat will now say, begin your air test below 90 psi. I'll lightly fan my brakes off until my gauges, the first gauge comes below 90 psi. I will now build my air pressure back up to between 120 and 140 psi, ensuring that my air compressor governor is working properly. To do this, I'll rev the truck up to about 1,000 RPM. I'll be listening for a whooshing sound. There was the whooshing sound. I hear my air compressor governor is working properly. Would you like me to chop the wheels? Or place the truck into a low gear to simulate chopping the wheels? No? Okay, well I'm not going to do that. I will now turn the tractor off. I will now turn the key back to the on position. I'll wait for my gauges to cycle and for my ABS light and oil light to come on and off. At this time, I'll release both brakes. I will place my foot on the brake pedal. I should lose no more than 4 psi in a combination vehicle in 60 seconds. Will you time me? I'll wait for him to say that I'm finished. I'll keep my foot on the brake until he says I'm done. I'll now do fan down 1, which is I will fan my brakes down to approximately 55 psi, ensuring that my low air indicator warning systems activate. My low air indicator warning lights have come on. My low air indicator warning buzzer does not work in this truck as the engine is not running. I will now do fan down number 2, which I will fan down my brakes to between 20 and 45 psi, ensuring that both brake valves pop out. Both brake valves have popped out. This concludes my in-cab inspection and performance safe start.